Hey there, I'm Frank Mitchell. On this channel, it's all about helping you understand your car and keeping it running the way it should. Whether it's routine maintenance or solving those tricky problems, I've got you covered. If you find this useful, give the video a like, hit that subscribe button, and be sure to watch till the end. You might learn something that saves you time and money. All right, let's get
When
started.
it comes to buying a new car, there are no doubts, but when it comes to buying a used car, there are multiple channels that we can turn to in order to find the best prices. Although it is normal to look for cheap cars on internet portals or used car dealers, buying repossessed cars at auctions has become an increasingly preferred strategy for drivers in Spain. There are many doubts about where and how to buy at one of them, so we will tell you all the secrets. The current situation of the market for brand new vehicles is also causing a massive movement of second-hand or auction cars. The shortage of chips is causing brands to extend delivery times, which can exceed 10 or 12 months, a time that not all buyers are willing to endure to get their new cars. Another incentive to buy a car at auction is the possibility of getting a bargain, as many of them go on sale for really affordable prices. What is a public auction car or repossessed car? The first thing to know is what is a repossessed car. The authorities declare as a repossessed vehicle that which is retained as a result of an unpaid debt acquired by its owner. That is to say, if at the time of buying a car you do not pay the corresponding installments, or you repeatedly fail to make any payment. To the authorities, it will be considered as a repossessed car. It must be said that a repossessed car does not have to be retained, although if it is sealed, it is not authorized to circulate. In this case, the local tow truck will be in charge of removing the vehicle from the street. In practice, a car with a lien on it can be sold in exactly the same way as any other asset, although during the sale the debt owed must be specified either to the public administration or to a company or private customer, such as a dealer or a bank. In many cases, the repossessions end up entering the list of cars for public auction. In these cases, the authorities are in charge of selling the vehicle and paying off the corresponding debt. The repossession of cars has become a business for many specialists in the sale and purchase of vehicles. Advantages of repossessed cars: in some cases the sale prices are considerably lower. Before going to private auction, the vehicles are checked and the mileage certified. Wide variety of vehicles, from passenger cars to vans, including tractors or motorcycles. Quick availability. Once the car price and fees have been paid, the car is quickly available. Disadvantages of repossessed cars: cars at public auction are offered for sale in the state they are in. It is common to find mechanical failures and major breakdowns. They are cars of a certain age and in questionable condition. The mileage is usually very high. In the case of repossessed cars, it is possible that there may be a charge or debt to be paid by the buyer. Where and how to buy repossessed cars. Having clear what we can get out of it and the possible problems we can face when buying a repossessed car, it is time to know where and how we can buy one. Private auctions emerge from time to time by specialized companies that launch single units or lots. As we have already been able to know, in these cases we can be sure that the vehicle is free of encumbrances and that it has been revised and certified, having also the guarantee of 1 year that the professionals grant. The really attractive ones are the public auctions of cars, but in this case the obligations and requirements that we must fulfill to attend one of them are somewhat more demanding. The first thing you should know is that not everyone can attend a public auction. In most of them, access is only authorized to professionals who are registered in the corresponding economic activity. The good thing is that more and more auctions are being held on the internet, allowing more and more drivers to have access to them. Many of the public auctions demand an access requirement that involves paying a deposit for the vehicle we want to bid on. Most of the time the payment is 20% of the starting price of the car. If we buy the car, it will be deducted from the price agreed at the auction, but if we do not pay the agreed amount, this money will be lost. It should also be taken into account that some companies may require commissions for the sale, a percentage that varies depending on the company and the value of the vehicle. Finally, remember that if we're talking about a repossessed car, the outstanding payments that weigh on it will be borne by the new owner. If we have won the bid, we have paid all the fees and we have complied with the company or the authorities, it is time to change the title of the car. With the purchase invoice and with our ID card, we will have to go to the General Directorate of Traffic to notify the purchase and thus be able to make the replacement of the owner. After paying the corresponding fee, we will have completed all the formalities and we will be able to freely enjoy our new car. When choosing the auction that most interests us, you should know that there are several agencies and companies that launch public auctions of repossessed cars. Depending on their origin, we can find auctions of repossessed cars by banks and finance companies, Treasury car auctions, tax agency car auctions, Social Security car auctions, City Hall car auctions, court car auctions, National Drug Plan auctions. Useful tips before buying a repossessed car. We know that public auctions can cause a lot of expectation with the possibility of buying a real bargain, but you have to act wisely and not get carried away by impulses. As we have already told you, the disadvantages or problems of a repossessed car can be multiple. Above all, find out as much as you can about the unit you want to bid on. Find out if there are any charges on the vehicle and the amount of these, if any. Set yourself a price limit, a price that is in line with the public second-hand market, and leave yourself a certain margin in case you detect mechanical problems. It never hurts to go to the auction with a mechanic or an expert to warn you of the breakdowns that can be seen and the cost of some of the most common hidden problems. Do not be fooled by the eye, be wary of the appearance of the vehicle, because as we have already said, the lack of conditioning of many of them can lead to error. And finally, at the slightest doubt, do not buy the car. Can a repossessed car be sold? The key question is, how to know if a car has a seizure. It is as easy as requesting a report to traffic with the vehicle's registration number. The DGT files contain all the charges and outstanding debts that weigh on a vehicle, as well as some additional data such as the validity of the ITV or the number of owners it has had. A report that can help you a lot when buying a repossessed car. Because yes, you can sell a repossessed car because the debt is actually on the owner and not on the vehicle. In case you are considering selling your car and it has been seized by a company or a public body, the most correct thing to do is to reflect the debt in the contract of sale. Otherwise, you could incur in a crime of asset seizure, which can lead to significant fines and penalties with prison sentences ranging from 1 to 4 years. In addition to reflecting the transparency of the agreement, it can be a safeguard against possible complaints from the buyer. In conclusion, purchasing repossessed cars at public auctions can be a smart and cost-effective way to find your next vehicle. By understanding the auction process, doing your research, and setting a clear budget, you can navigate these events with confidence. Remember to inspect the cars thoroughly and be aware of any additional fees that may apply. With the right preparation, you can drive away with a great deal on a quality car. Happy bidding!